All right, do we have sound? All right. Hey, Redneck, how you doing? Just, I was just bored. Decided to go live for a little bit. How's everybody doing? So we want to welcome everybody and the replay viewers because we'll probably mostly have replay viewers, but that's all right. One of the things I want to discuss tonight is YouTube dying? I think YouTube is dying. Yes, it is. Because you back in the day you had the auditing community. You had the auditing community that was good. You had the Denver crew out there every fucking night getting arrested, telling cops off, exposing the tyranny of government. And the Denver crew they were great. They were a great fucking group of people. They were fucking entertaining. But of course, every brain got too big, and the U.S. government couldn't handle that. Every brain got as big as he did, so they had to take him out. So when I came on YouTube, you used to have this thing called the Denver Crew. It was so fucking entertaining. It was, you know, the way Monk Guy 83 back in the day used to tell police off, the way 303 Cop Block used to tell police off. The Denver Crew had some balls. They were good. They were a good fucking group of auditors. They were a great fucking group of auditors until, like I said, good old Uncle Sam had to put Eric Brandt away because he was had too much power for one man. He could influence a mass amount of people, and they didn't like that shit. They didn't like that shit, so they had to fucking destroy Eric Brandt. When they destroyed Eric Brandt, that just a lot of the auditors went poof. There's no more Denver crew out there. So now the wink now, 5 years later, since Eric Brandt went to jail, I sit here on a Friday and Saturday fucking night, and nobody's on, no entertainment. There's nothing good on YouTube anymore. The Denver crew is gone. The old fashioned days of auditing is gone. And a lot of people got mad when I said I enjoyed the entertainment that the Denver crew used to put on the internet. The Denver crew was a great bunch of guys. And everybody used to say, well, you're not supposed to watch it for entertainment value. You're supposed to watch it because we're fighting for our constitutional rights and all this other shit. Okay? So cut the plastic and a few of the other people in the Denver crew got a little pissed off at me when I said I used to enjoy watching the Denver crew for entertainment reasons. They put Eric Brandt in jail. Half the auditors that were here in 2020 are not fucking here anymore. I think Friday night was the third fucking Friday night in a row where nobody good on YouTube was on anymore. It's the third fucking Friday in a row that YouTube sucked. It's the third Saturday in a row that nobody has been on YouTube. So, yeah, the drama community is thriving. But the good old days of 2020, 2019, when I used to tune into YouTube and watch 18, 19, 20 hours of entertainment, that's all gone now. That's fucking gone. YouTube is dying, in my opinion, because there's nobody good anymore. So, like I said, last night was the third fucking Friday in a fucking row when nobody was fucking on. Bored out of my fucking mind, and nobody was on. Then after Eric Brandt went to jail and he got fucking arrested, auditing community lost their fucking leader because they put Eric Brandt in jail. The next community that showed up on fucking YouTube was the predator catching fucking channels. We had all these fucking predator channels, and I'm like, good. The Denver crew is gone. We lost the entertainment of the Denver crew. So now I can watch these predator channels. And then all of a sudden, YouTube started whacking the fucking predator channels. One by one, by one, by one, by one, by one. So there's only one guy on a Friday night on YouTube that's doing fucking catches anymore on YouTube, and that's CC Unit. Everybody else is gone. But CC Unit is still around. But everybody else is fucking gone. Because YouTube annihilated all the predator catchers. So YouTube lost all of the entertainment value when they took out the predator catching channels. Then they get rid of channels like Ron Benghazi. All Ron Benghazi was doing was protesting drag queen shows for children. Okay? He was going to libraries and shit that were promoting drag queen shows to children, saying that drag queens and teaching homosexuality doesn't belong in our schools. What did YouTube do to Ron Benghazi? They banned him off the platform. Channel annihilated, gone. Then he used to hang out with another guy, Sean Porter News. Sean Porter from can't believe I just had the name of Hagerstown. Right? You had Sean Porter News, another great channel, had great entertainment, was a great channel on YouTube, annihilated on YouTube. So now Sean Porter's gone. Now they just recently got rid of For Public Safety. They just got rid of For Public Safety, another good channel, another great entertainment channel, gone off of YouTube. So they are throwing all the good creators off of YouTube, but yet all the maggots like Maggoty Andy and Richard Cheese and the drama community gets to stay on YouTube, but there's nobody decent on YouTube. And like I said, this is about the 6th or 7th weekend in a row that I've had a boring weekend because nobody decent's on. I don't consider the shit show decent. I don't consider any panel that Tonic and Sales is on as a decent show. I don't fucking follow Richard Trees. I don't follow Maggot Dome. So YouTube is annihilating all the good content creators. And they're taking out channels that are monetized. Now remember, Google makes 40% on a monetized channel. So every time they demonetize somebody like me, every time they throw somebody off with almost with triple digits in the I think he had like almost 100,000 subscribers, and fucking Sean Porter gets thrown off of YouTube. Well, now you ain't getting your 40%, are you, Google? You're cutting off the nose to spite your fucking face. But everybody watches that faggot AFA. I just watched a video recently where AFA is with Harvey Freebird. I cannot stand AFA. I don't know why he's got a 250,000 fucking subscribers. I don't know where that guy gets all of that fucking attention. I don't fucking get it. Why does he get that many people? He's a useless piece of shit. He was one of the fucking assholes that took my original channel down. Okay? He was part of the masshole report that fucked over emo. Okay? along with Turtle Boy and everybody else. So, as far as I'm concerned, Josh Abrams can kiss my rural American fucking ass. Why is almost a quarter million people subscribed to that motherfucker? Why do people follow that piece of shit? What he did to the domestic abuse that he did to tow truck girl back in the day? Are you fucking kidding me? And that fucking guy has got a quarter million subs. Every time I turn around, YouTube is nuking another channel that I like. Every time I turn around, YouTube is demonetizing people, throwing them off the platform, and then I read news articles lately. I've read some of them on my other channel. YouTube is laying off employees because they're going broke. YouTube was fined by some organization of $1 billion. YouTube is losing money. Well, you keep kicking all your goddamn good creators off the website, you stupid motherfucker. You stupid motherfuckers at Google. You keep throwing the good people off YouTube, and you keep allowing people like the Faggot Dome. The Faggot Dome gets to stay, but Sean Porter gets shown the door. The Faggot Dome gets to stay, but fucking Ron Benghazi gets shown the door. Andrew Sheets, another good channel. Charlotte County Cop Watch, another great fucking channel, gets shown the fucking door, but Faggot Dome gets to stay on YouTube. And then every fucking live chat on YouTube should have a fucking super chat button. Because Google could be making so much fucking money if everybody has a super chat. I could go on fucking Odyssey right now, fire up this live stream, and I would have a fucking super chat button. I could turn on Rumble right now and have a super chat button on fucking Rumble. I could go live on fucking BitChute and have a super chat button. But Google says, oh, you can't have a super chat button unless you monetize. So, 1 minute I hear how, oh, poor Google, woe is Google, they're going broke, but yet they're throwing everybody off their platform that's making them fucking money, right? They're throwing everybody off their platform that's making them fucking money. I'll say that again. They're throwing everybody off the platform that's making them fucking money, and then on the other side of it, they're bitching. Oh, we got a fine for, I forgot what they last got a fine for. It's on my other channel. So there's no entertainment on YouTube. Like I said, this is the 5th fucking Saturday night in a row when nobody decent's on. Just being honest. So the fucking auditing community is pretty much dead now since Eric Brandt went to jail. They're throwing all these people in jail. I mean, no, excuse me. They're throwing I said jail, but they're throwing all these good content creators off of fucking YouTube. And I'm sitting here, might as well be playing with my fucking cock because there's no entertainment on YouTube anymore. YouTube has lost its entertainment value for me because nobody's on. Only channels that are on YouTube nowadays are assholes. I don't want to hang out with fucking assholes. Okay? I want to hang out with decent people like Lady Di. When Lady Di comes on and says, oh, I paid for a whole year of StreamYard, so I'm going to do a panel every night. She's only done one panel. There's nobody on decent anymore. There's nobody fucking on YouTube that's worth the goddamn watching anymore, in my opinion. And this is why Monograph said about a year ago, he said about 2 to 3 years, YouTube is going to be fucking dead and Rumble is going to be more powerful. See, the reason why Google, and they keep denying it, the reason why Google is in the United States government's pocket, and they're donating money to Trump, and they're donating money to senators, and they're donating money to Congress and Capitol Hill, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. They want to get TikTok banned. Why? Because TikTok is killing Google. That's the number one reason why they want to fucking ban fucking TikTok. Has nothing to do with a Chinese being a Chinese company, because if it had really something to do with a Chinese company trying to take over and spying on people, it was really a national security threat, they would have killed TikTok by now. Google is spearheading the removal of TikTok. Because I'll give you an example. Again, Ron Benghazi, great fucking activism channel, got thrown off because he was protesting drag queen shows for children. He didn't think it was right to have kids watching drag queen shows. So what did YouTube do? They kicked him off the platform. Where is Ron Benghazi, that had almost 25 to 30,000 subscribers when they nuked him? I'll give you one guess where he is. TikTok, 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 okay? They just nuked Sean Porter. They just nuked Sean Porter recently, in the last 2 months, which was a friend of Ron Benghazi. The guy almost had 1 million subscribers when they nuked that channel. Guess where Sean Porter is now? He's on TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. So Google keeps throwing these decent people off, and where the fuck are they going? They are going to Rumble, they are going to TikTok, and they're taking their followers with them. Why do you think YouTube is so fucking dead now? At least for me, YouTube is a mortuary right now. I literally, the amount of entertainment that I've had this weekend and YouTube, I think I could have went to the local mortuary and watched a couple of funerals, and they would have been more entertaining than YouTube has been this weekend. And they keep cutting their fucking nose off to spite their fucking face. And that's what's going to cost Google in the long run. And Monograph is right. I can see it. I remember a couple years ago when I could go to this fucking page right here on YouTube. I remember when I could go to this fucking this page right here on YouTube. I'll show it to you. Okay? I remember when I used to go on YouTube. This is just a couple years ago. YouTube has gone downhill. YouTube has really gone downhill because they let the maggots take over, and they keep throwing off the decent people one by one. Here, look at this page a minute. Look at this page. Here we go. Look at this page. Now I remember a few years ago look how many people are live right now. Look how many people are live right now on my fucking subscription. We have me. We have myself. Just unsubscribe to myself. We have a horror movie guy, and then we have another channel. I can't read it right now. Okay. And then if you look at the rest of the icons, right, we see 3 live people there. I remember back in 2020, 2021, it's reloaded. I remember back in 2020, I would say into 2022, where this whole page would have been live streams. We don't have that anymore on YouTube. There was a time when this whole fucking browser that you see on your screen would have been all people going live at the same time. And how many people do I have live on my fucking subscriptions right now? 3 lousy fucking people that are live. 3! When we used to have, especially on the Friday night, when the predator catchers were out there, this whole page would be filled with predator catchers right now. When the Denver Crew was out there, this would have been Liberty Bird. This would have been fucking 303. I mean, this would have, back in the day, this would have been Eric Brandt. This would have been Liberty Bird. This would have been Monk Eye. This would have been Pikes Peak. This would have been Ghost Rider. This would have been the real sovereign citizens. And everybody else in the Denver Crew, half this page would be filled up right now. Back in the day. And it's not filled up anymore. There's nobody left. There's nobody fucking left on YouTube that's worth fucking watching anymore. There's nobody left. This page should all be read with live. And what do I see on this page? 3 lousy fucking channels. 3 lousy fucking channels going live. YouTube is just not fucking entertaining. And I have it set where it refreshes that page every minute. So as my subscribers post another video, it will show up on the top. Notice how there's only 3 people on a fucking Saturday night fucking live. Really? So YouTube is not entertaining anymore. And Google fucking did it to themselves. They're throwing all the decent people in, and they're allowing the drama community and the assholes to take over YouTube, and they're fucking destroying the platform. They're absolutely fucking destroying the platform. And then every time they take somebody's monetization away, they lose that 40%, people. How many channels do we got on YouTube that could be super chatting right now if we had super chats for everyone? And I'll tell you, even my opinion, if Google was to turn the super chats on for everybody, yeah, you can give the monetized channels a little bit of, break. So what you could do, here's how I would do it. Now YouTube has gotten greedy. Now they take 40% of a fucking channel creator's fucking ad revenue. They take 40% now. So what I say you do is, okay, when somebody gets monetized and they have super chats turned on in their room, Google only takes 40% of it. Somebody like myself that's not monetized, everybody who's not monetized, Google takes 50% of it. I get 50 cents on the dollar. Google gets 50 cents on the dollar. And if you add that up by the millions of views that YouTube gets every day, and you add that by the millions and millions of views, that 50% would add up, YouTube. Think of it. Zillions of super chats every day on every fucking channel. You don't think that would make money for Google? I do. I just recently seen a thing where, Google is laying off employees. Google's laying off employees. Google's losing money. Yeah, because they keep kicking the good content creators off of their motherfucking platform. That's what they're doing. They're throwing too many, and every time one of the good guys like Sean Porter leaves, every time Ron Benghazi leaves, every time another one, every time somebody for public safety leaves, we get another maggot troll that comes in and replaces it. We don't get another decent channel that comes back on YouTube. No, we get another maggot channel. Because all those people, see, what happens is, let me put it this way. I'll just put out another name because I've been watching his videos lately. So, okay, we'll put out a hypothetical number. So now, what happens is, let's say Lane Myers, his channel gets nuked from YouTube. He's got 1 million subscribers. Let's say he gets fucking nuked. This is what happens to YouTube. 2 scenarios. Lane Myers says, okay, fuck you, YouTube. My channel's been nuked. I'm going to go over to fucking Rumble. He takes his whole 1 million subscribers that used to watch his channel on YouTube, and now they're watching him on Rumble. Now they just lost all that ad revenue. They just lost all that clicks and views because he went to another platform. Now, Lane Myers did not get kicked from YouTube. That was an analogy. It was just the first name I could think of for this analogy. Or the second thing is, Lane Myers gets thrown off of YouTube. Nobody knows where the fuck he is. So now those 100,000 subscribers that Lane Myers had, now they join the faggot dome. So now the faggot dome gets bigger. And the drama community gets bigger because all those people who used to listen to Lane Myers, now they're in the faggot dome. Because Lane Myers is gone. Google doesn't realize that they're fucking themselves every time they take down somebody's channel. They don't fucking realize it. They're taking down channels left, fucking right, and center repeatedly on YouTube, and there's nobody left. There's nobody fucking decent on YouTube anymore. I sit here every weekend, and there's nobody on. Now I'll give you another example. All right, I'll give you another example. Google is pushing to get rid of TikTok because a lot of people who are getting banned on YouTube are going over to TikTok. I don't like TikTok. I don't like making videos in a minute or less. I like to talk to people. I like to vent to people. So I don't like making videos in a minute or fucking less. That's just not my thing. Okay? So the real reason why I think Google is lobbying to get rid of TikTok is because it's stealing ad revenue from Google. That's what it's doing. That's the real reason. But I find it funny. And I'm gonna be specific here. There's a guy by the name of Alex Rosen who catches pedophiles. He'll come on YouTube announcing a fucking catch, and then he'll go to Rumbles or Locals or wherever it is, and he has to do the catch on another platform because YouTube kept nuking his channel. So Alex Rosen or Rogan or whatever the fuck his name is, uh, 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 Flowers, Gordon Flowers as he goes by. Every every time Gordon Flowers, aka Axel Roden, interviews somebody, guess what app comes up? 99.9% of the time. Guess what app comes up when he's doing a catch? It's not fucking TikTok, it's fucking Telegram. So why is nobody going after Telegram when Telegram seems to be the number one site that all the pedos are on? Because catch after catch after catch after catch. Where's the number one thing? I dare you to watch a channel. Go over to Rumble and watch a channel called Predator Approaches. The channel used to be on YouTube until it got nuked. And practically every motherfucking catch, Telegram comes up. But yet TikTok is the problem. Nobody wants to erase Telegram, right? A platform that's hurting our kids, Telegram. Nobody wants to erase that, but they want to erase TikTok, right? This makes absolutely no motherfucking sense to me. Another app that shows up every time fucking Alex is doing a predator catch, another fucking app that shows up is Mastodon. You watch CC Unit on YouTube, and the two number one apps that show up are the two I just said. Mastodon and that Telegram or whatever the fuck it's called. But nobody wants to nuke those two that are hurting our fucking kids. But everybody's out to get TikTok. Why? Because Google doesn't like losing the fucking money. That's why. So Mastodon and fucking Telegram, or whatever that one is, I just lost the name of it, should be fucking taken down, in my opinion, before you even think of touching fucking TikTok. Because those are the two ones that you hear in catch after catch after catch after catch. But nobody's trying to take those. Nobody's trying to take those websites down, are they? No, they got a hard on to take TikTok down, but nobody's going after Mastodon, right? Or that other one that starts with a T. Nobody's going after him, right? I find it fucking ironic, people. I find it fucking ironic. And the more they keep throwing good channels. Now, you had a channel for public safety that had a lot of fucking viewers on here. And Google says, all right, we're going to kick him off. We're going to kick him off of YouTube. And they don't realize when they kick this motherfucker off of YouTube, they're losing their 40%. They're not thinking about this every time they kick somebody off of YouTube. YouTube is not using their brain. When they kick Sean Porter off, another monetized channel, when they kick Sean Porter off, they didn't realize that they're kicking off Sean Porter's 40 fucking percent. Then you had predator catcher channels on here that had lots of subscribers. They kicked them off, so now they're all on Rumble and other places now doing their thing. And again, all the predator channels that were nuked a couple years ago off of YouTube Google lost all that 40%. And they're too stupid to realize that it adds up. And it adds up. And it adds up. And it fucking adds up. And it continues to add up. And then I read a news article. Oh, YouTube is laying off employees. YouTube is getting rid of employees again because they can't afford to pay anybody. Because, idiot, you're banning everybody off of YouTube and you're losing your 40 fucking percent. That's why you're going broke, YouTube. You listen to a bunch of MAGA trolls and demonetized me, and now you ain't getting my 40%. Stupid moron. So, like I said, every time I watch a predator catch video, why does Telegram come up? Why does Mastodon come up? But nobody's trying to ban Telegram and Mastodon, are they? No, but they're sure as hell trying to ban fucking Google because that's a direct competition to YouTube. That's why it's being done. Yes. And Google keeps denying it. Oh, we're not trying to shut down TikTok. We're not trying to fucking. And the other thing that pisses me off with the predator catchers, seeing that we're on the predator catcher channels, there's two things that the predator channels piss me off. Number one, every time they catch somebody, they mention Telegram and Mastodon over and over and over again. So the predator is listening to that catch. They know where to go look for the content now. They know where to go look for that. They know where to go look for CP. Because you just advertised it by talking about it in your live stream. So these catchers need to stop saying the app they're catching people on. That's one of the things. Because every time they find a new app and they announce it in the fucking catch, they're basically advertising, oh, go to that site. That's where you can find all the shit you want. That's basically what they're doing. And the other thing that gets me mad with the few predator channels that are left, is when they fucking put it on, when they fucking put in the title, man comes to meet so and so, and then at the end of the title, they put arrested. I'm not gonna watch that catch because you just blew the ending for me. If I go to a movie theater tonight and I watch a brand new movie in the theaters, and then I come on YouTube and I say, this is how the movie ends, every one of the motherfucking people in the sound of my voice is going to be pissed that I blew the ending for people that haven't seen it yet. When you type arrested in the fucking title of a fucking video, it's like a huge spoiler alert. Don't put it in the fucking title of your videos. I keep telling you that. And don't keep advertising Telegram and Mastodon. But they keep announcing this shit, and nobody's going after Telegram and Mastodon. But everybody wants to eliminate TikTok, right? I think Telegram and Mastodon are more of a threat to the younger generation. Those need to be nuked off the fucking internet before you even think of touching TikTok. I sit here and I get fucking bored weekend after weekend after weekend after weekend, and nobody is fucking on YouTube decently that I watch. So there's my YouTube rant, because YouTube is really, really fucking pissing me off. Every time I turn around, they are nuking one of their best channels on YouTube, but yet they're promoting Andrew. They're promoting Mr. Hum. And all my other trolls that would love for me to give them a shout out right now, but I'm not going to give them a fucking shout out. We're going to open the panel in a little bit, but I had to get this because, like I said, lately I've been very disgusted with YouTube. The entertainment value on YouTube has gone downhill. I'm just being honest. They shouldn't have nuked all the predator catchers. They sure as hell shouldn't have nuked Sean Porter. They shouldn't have nuked Ron Benghazi. They shouldn't have nuked fucking that other one I just said. I just lost that Chris channel. I just lost that fucking name of that again. For public safety, they shouldn't have nuked him. And every time they remove somebody, they don't realize how much fucking. They don't realize how much fucking. Money they're losing. I had a fucking video around Christmas time that got nuked on the other channel. I was singing along the Neil Diamond's Christmas special, and I was in the trailer and I was singing along with it, and I had Neil Diamond playing in the background. And I'm singing a whole bunch of Christmas hits. I think there was about 10 or 12 songs in that album. YouTube took the video down. Oh, the music, the copyright holder, the people who own the music don't want that on YouTube. So we had to remove the video. So they took that video down, right? They took that video off of YouTube. Now, that's another stupid thing that they did. When they took that video right down, that was dumb. What they should have on Google was licensing, where Neil Diamond comes to me and he says, "Oh, hello, Mr. Emo Hollow. I know you made a video with my music in it, but I would like to get paid for the music. Would you mind buying a license for the content?" I made a deal with Google where Google can sell you a license to the content. So I take all 10 songs and I pay like $2 a piece for all 10 songs. Google gets a buck, Neil Diamond gets a buck. It's a win-win. No, they just take the video down, fuck everybody. Nobody gets paid. That's dumb. When it comes to copyrighted material, that's dumb. You should be able to buy the fucking music you want to put in your videos. Google gets a little percentage of that, and Neil Diamond gets a little percentage of that. That's just one example where they fucking. Another place Google could make money, and they don't. Give everybody super chats, and they don't. Take 50% of the super chats for the non-monetized channel. Take 40% cut for the monetized channel. So the monetized channels get to make a little bit more then the non-monetization, and everybody gets a fucking super chat button in their fucking room. Times that by millions of super chats being sent on the platform, it might be cents on the dollar, but when you add that up by millions of people, it adds up. And Google's just too stupid. Every time they boot somebody off the platform and demonetize somebody, they don't stop and think, hey, all right, we don't like Nemesis on YouTube, so we're gonna kick Nemesis off. He's a monetized channel with 1 million subscribers. We're gonna kick Nemesis off, but because we don't like Nemesis content. But they don't realize they're losing 90. They're losing the 40% that Nemesis was making Google. So then they go over to Queen Wasp's channel, and they knew Queen Wasp's channel. Let's say she's another big channel. So now then Google's not getting 40% from Nemesis, and it's not getting 40% from Queen Wasp. Then they go over and knock On the Stage channel. Let's say On the Stage channel is another big channel. Okay? So now they're not getting the 40% from Nemesis. They're not getting the 40% for Queen Wasp. So 40 and 40 is 80, right? So now you add Queen Wasp you had Queen Wasp's 40 in there. Now you're up to 112. And then they take the next channel and they lose 40% over here, and 40% over there, and 40% over there, and 40% over here, and 40% over there by knocking people off. And then they say, oh, we got to lay off staff members because we're going broke. No, idiot. You're kicking your good content creators off the fucking channel, you moron. And you're losing 40%. You lost 40% of fucking Andrew Sheets when he was thrown off of YouTube a while ago. You lost 40% of Ron Benghazi. You lost 40% of fucking Sean Porter News. You just lost 40 fucking percent of fucking Ford Public Safety. You just lost 40% of the 18 fucking predator catching channels that you just snooped over the last 4 or 5 years because they're vigilantes, and we can't have vigilantes running around and catching people because they're not professional law enforcement. And when they corner a guy and they interview him, they're being bullying and harassing the fucking individual. They lost 40% of all that. And then Google wants to say that they're fucking going broke. They lost my 40 fucking percent because they listened to Shiva, the 4-eyes fucking moron. Okay. And I find it funny that everybody's out to get TikTok, but nobody's out to get Mastodon and fucking Telegram. I find it ironic. I really fucking... Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm on a roll today. I'm on a fucking roll. So this has been another boring weekend where nobody respectable is on. Nobody decent is on. Because everybody's gone. The trolls thought it would be better to ruin emo and drive everybody off my fucking channel so there's nobody left. And like I said, on my subscription page right now, I got 3 red lights of people who are live, and one of them is me. So there's only 2 people out of all my subscriptions that are live right now. I remember a couple years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, when there would be 30 to 40 people live all the fucking time around the fucking clock. And nobody's doing it anymore. Why? Because a lot of decent fucking people were driven off by the mega trolls and the drama community. And the decent people that weren't driven off by the trolls and the drama community got their channels nuked, and they're now on Rumble, and they're now on fucking Telegram. And they're making money over on Monogram. They're making money on Telegram. On fucking Rumble and fucking TikTok. And YouTube ain't getting a dime of it because they thought it would be funny to kick all these people off of YouTube. They thought it would be great, and they don't realize 40% after 40% after fucking 40%, it fucking adds up, people. And YouTube is too stupid to realize they're gonna go fucking broke. Next item on the agenda. I want to talk about the digitalization of set. Do you know, because I just renewed my registration on my truck. The way they have the registration on people's vehicles right now, right? It's all linked together digitally. Everything is done digitally. So when you register the vehicle, now next month I got to get it inspected. I got to fix a couple of things to get it inspected. Couple of minor things. The third brake light is out. Okay? The third brake light on my truck is out. Needs to be replaced. That's a 10-second job. Open up the cover, replace the fucking bulb. Voila. The other thing that's bad in the truck is, which I already had it checked, and I know people make fun of the way I pronounce it, is the OIL sensor in the car, in the truck, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. The oil, which senses the pressure, what your OIL pressure is doing. If you have a bad sensor, it throws the engine light on. When the engine light is on, you can't get the car inspected. So I have until the end of next month, because that's when my sticker runs out, the 31st of March, to replace the OIL pressure sensor and the third brake light that's missing. That's all that's wrong with the truck. Should be easy things to fix and get in back. But let me talk to you about this stuff. The way they have it now, especially in the state I am in, okay, and I'm not going to say it. The state I am in, they send you you pay the registration fee, they send you the sticker in the mail. Also, the DMV knows whether you inspected the vehicle or not. It's not like Maine where you can drive for months and months without an inspector sticker. No, because the way they do it here is you get the registration sticker that goes on the windshield. Okay? Then you have the inspection sticker. And those are put into a computer database. So when a cop comes behind you and reads the plate, they already know when the inspection sticker is running out. They already know whether the truck is registered or not. They already know where it's registered to, your home address, right? They know right away before they even pull you over if you got fucking insurance or not. Because there's a guy on YouTube by the name of Tow Trucker. Go look him up. He tows cars in the Atlanta area. And the cops are constantly pulling people over because cops can run the plate and know whether or not the fucking car has insurance on it. He's picked up hundreds of cars over the last 4 or 5 years of me watching his YouTube channel where they could tell. Now you're going to say, Emo, why are you talking about this? The reason why I'm talking about this, because if they can take your registration and put it into a computer and link it to your fucking inspection sticker into a computer, and they can link it to a computer whether or not you have insurance on that vehicle. They can link your home address to that vehicle by computer. Okay? Now the reason why I'm mentioning this is because Monograph has been talking about there's going to be another demic. When the next pandemic hits, we are going to lose our money. Everything is going to be digitalized. Everything is going to be digitalized. They call it the digital panopticon. Okay? And they're working on bringing this thing to reality. They want a cashless fucking society. So using the car, what I just told you in comparison, this is why they're laying off fucking FBI agents. This is why they are getting rid of CIA agents. This is why they are getting rid of internal revenue services. Because it's going to come a time when all your money is digitalized. They're going to know how much money you have, whether you like it or not. And if they know by computer how much money they have, they know how much money to tax you on. So why would you need a fucking tax? Why would you need the IRS when they can just do a scan of your chip or do a scan of your digital wallet and say, okay, this guy has this much. This is what we got to take out in income tax. You see? So and not only that, not only is your banking information going to be on this fucking thing, it's going to tell you how much money you make a fucking what you do for a job, how much tax money you get. They'll be able to take this shit off of your chip automatically or out of your digital wallet. Once fucking digital money gets erased, they'll be able to take this shit right off of you. And you don't need the FBI because your criminal record will also be on that chip. So, because now they want to put everything in this digital panopticon where everybody's in the computer. They know how much money you make, so they know how much to tax you, so they don't need the IRS anymore. In that information is your criminal record. So now they don't need the FBI to investigate you anymore because now they have your criminal record. So that FBI can now go. Why do you think they're getting rid of all these 3-letter agencies? That's why. Because the digital panopticon is coming. So just like I said, when my registration on the car is linked to the computer, whether or not I have insurance is linked to the computer, who the car is registered to is in the computer. And like I said, whether or not I have insurance, my address, and everything else. So if they can do that with cars now, what makes you think they can't do that with your money, your criminal record, and everything about you? When they bring out the digital chip. The mark of the beast, people. The mark of the beast is coming. And if you don't get the mark of the beast, guess what? You won't be able to go, you won't have a job. You won't be able to buy and sell things. You won't be able to fucking eat. So if they can already do that with vehicles, think of what they can do with your fucking, with your criminal record. How much money you make, what you bring in for a month of income. They know all that shit. So once they bring out the digital panopticon, people, they don't need the fucking IRS anymore because they can. The government will already have control over you, and they'll know how much money to take out. You won't have to file tax returns because they'll do it automatically once they put everybody on the digital spectrum. It's coming, people. And people are, oh, it's great to getting rid of the FBI. It's great to getting rid of the CIA. It's great to getting rid of the IRS. No, stupid. They're going to put all that information into a digital file where it can all be done by computer. And you don't have to file an income tax because they'll already know how much money you owe. And they'll just take it anyway. That's what I'm talking about. That's the real reason behind, oh, the IRS is losing all these employees. Because when we go on the digital currency, people, when we go on that digital panopticon, the government's going to know automatically how much to take out of your fucking check. They're not stupid. Because they'll know everything about you. But everybody's running around. Oh, it's great. We're getting rid of the CIA. We're getting rid of the FBI. We're getting rid of the Internal Revenue Service. No. It's just like my fucking registration, people, where they can run that plate number and see everything. They can run your digital wallet and see everything. Black Jesus, man, because he's in the fucking chat here. Black Jesus made $1 million, so that means we can pull this money out of his fucking check because we know how much. We don't need the IRS. We just take it out automatically. That's what it's going to come to, and you're not going to be able to hide anything anymore. That's the reality of it. That's why they're bringing this fucking shit out. So everybody thinks it's a good idea. Oh, we're going to get rid of this. We're going to get rid of the Internal Revenue Service. Because once everybody gets digitalized, they're going to know how much money to take out. That's why you won't have to file an income tax anymore. Because they'll say, oh, you made this. You made that. Okay, we'll take that. Thank you. You've already paid your income tax for this year. And everything will be digital. And when they do that digital wallet, they'll know everything. They'll know how many fucking cars you own, how much fucking money you make, what your criminal record is, how many kids you got, whether you're married, whether you're single, all your weird fetishes. They'll have that in the file too. That's the idea. That's the reason why the new world government wants to bring out the fucking mark of the beast, people. That's why it's gonna be made. You may think I'm enough, but I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it honest. That's the real reason why they're getting rid of all these government agencies, because we don't need these extra employees hanging around anymore. Once the digital panopticon comes out, we won't need the IRS anymore. In the days of making money under the table and doing all the other sneaky shit that people, I won't claim this on my income tax. I won't claim that on my income tax. I'll say it's this and send it in. No, once we get digitalized and there's no more fucking paper currency, coins and paper currency. Once we get away from paper and coin currency and everybody gets digitalized, like I said, the government. You ever heard the phrase, because Gary Snowflake once said this, okay? When Gary Snowflake started fucking attacking emo, because I don't know, I pissed him off for some reason. I don't know why the fuck he came after me. He had this attitude where he says, emo, in the end, when I get through with you, I'll know more about you than what your mother knows. Gary said that in the video. There's another good person who's good at exposing people, because he's done it almost 500 times and figured out where people are, is Monograph. There are people that fucked with Monograph. They fucked around and found out. Okay? And Monograph even recently said in one of his live streams, this guy better leave me alone, because I'll use all my tools and my tricks, and I'll know him better than his mama does. Well, that's what the government's going to do to you when the digital panopticon comes out. The government is going to know you better than your mother ever did. The government is going to know you better than your father ever did. And the government's going to be like, fuck around and find out. I'm just being honest. So that's the real reason why they get rid of the Internal Revenue Service. Because once they put you on that digital currency and there's no more paper, they'll automatically deduct your taxes as you go out that door Monday morning, Monday through Friday, and you work your 40-hour week. They know where you work, how many hours you put in, and how much taxes you take out. So they'll just take it right out of your fucking digital wallet, and you won't even have to claim anymore because it's going to be done automatically. That's why they're getting rid of the IRS. But everybody's dancing around praising, oh, we get rid of the IRS. This is a good thing. We don't have them up. We don't have to claim everything anymore. We can hide shit. Not realizing that the digital panopticon is coming, people. And when that gets done, the government is going to know you better than your parents ever did. Okay? I'm just being honest. And like I said, I think everything will be on that fucking thing too. Your criminal record, how many kids you got, whether you're married, how much you make annually a year, who you work for, how much property you got, how many houses, cars, boats, planes, all that shit. That will all be listed in there. And the government will just automatically start deducting. And then the other thing, you want to know what the other thing they want to do, people? When they digitize everybody, they want to bring a social score into the fucking thing. You go to China right now, right? And you'll see people on billboards. And these people are on billboards because they're being embarrassed. They're up there on the billboards because they fucked up. They did something wrong in society. So China puts them up on the fucking billboard and lets everybody know this person did this. And the better social scale you have, the more perks you get. There's going to be a social scale on whether people will not get on the internet. Emo will probably be kicked off the internet. I don't think I have a good enough social scale to get on the internet. Yeah, they're going to come up with the social scale, too. And this is going to be just like China. China's had those billboards for years. So what they do is this, especially people that are hurting the environment, people that are like polluting the environment. Now they say diapers. If I was living in China, they would say, I will give you an example on how they publicly shame somebody. So we all know that diapers are bad for the environment, right? They take hundreds of years to decompose. They're bad for the environment. They cause a lot of, and you're going to have a carbon allowance, how much carbon you can spend, how much you can add to. There's a movie called The Carbon Footprint. Does anybody remember that movie? It's about how much waste and how much detriment one human being leaves behind in the course of their lifetime. It's called The Human Footprint. Go watch the movie. So there are people out there that will say, people like Emo wearing diapers, he's destroying the earth. So if I was in China, there'd be a billboard with Emo wearing a diaper being shamed of all China to be able to see the billboard. Because he's putting pollution in the world by too much plastic in the world by having fucking diapers. That's what China does to people. And we're going to have a social scale here in the U.S. It's not going to be as nasty as China will. They'll say, oh, there's Andrew Brain. He was doing mess, and now he's on a fucking billboard. Okay? It's not going to be as bad as that. But you're going to have to have a social, you're going to have a certain social score to be able to use the internet. If you want to go from Maine to Florida, you got to make sure you have to make sure you have enough carbon credits saved up, because they're going to give you so many carbon credits to use in the year. And so you decide, oh, I'm going to just use all my carbon credits. I'm going to go from Maine to Florida and burn all my carbon credits. Then they tell you can't drive your car the rest of the year because you burnt your allotment of fucking carbon going into the fucking ozone layer. Oh, yeah. You think the fucking digital panopticon is a joke, people? You think it's a fucking joke? It's not a fucking joke. That's why they're getting rid of the IRS, people, because they're going to put you on a digital currency. They're going to put you on. The only way I can say, I don't know if it's a chip. I'm just calling it a chip because it makes sense to me. So they say to you, okay. So they say, we'll use Andrew Brain as an example because it's a name that just popped in my head. So we get rid of the digital, we get rid of our paper money. Everybody goes to digital. So now they tell Andrew he's got to come into the office and get a digital chip. He doesn't want to do it, but they tell him you can't buy food, you can't buy rent, can't pay for rent, can't pay for nothing. You won't have nothing unless you get the chip. So Andrew's like, okay, I'll get the chip. He gets the chip put in his hand. Okay? And then in that chip, they insert everything in that chip. they insert Andrew's criminal record. How many kids Andrew has. Who he's engaged to. So all of ACB's information would be in Andrew's chip. How much Andrew makes annually on YouTube, stealing people's content. That would be on the chip. His criminal record. How many cars Andrew owns. How many houses Andrew owns. All the information will go on that chip, and the government will know Andrew better than his mama does. Now, I'm not trying to say that in a derogatory way because Andrew's mother is dead. I'm not saying that to start shit, Andrew. I'm just using that as an example. I'm just... And it will have all of Andrew's record. Everything that they know about Andrew would be on that chip. All of his daughter's information in there. All of his grandkids' information will be on that chip. How much money he has. How many cars he has. How much he makes annually on YouTube. His criminal record. All that shit will be on the chip. Andrew's social score. Whether he likes to run a monster truck and pollute the earth, or if he's a good guy and he's driving around in a Tesla trying to save the earth. His carbon output will be on that channel, on the chip. They'll know everything about Andrew, everything there is to know about his life. I mean, to me, the digital currency, the digital chip that's coming, that fucking freaks me the fuck out. Because the government will know you better than your mama does. Or your father, or whoever you got. So that's why they're getting rid of the FBI, because they don't need the FBI to investigate you anymore because the chip is going to tell on you. Chip already knows your criminal record. So why do we need the FBI to follow Andrew around and track every move? The chip will do that and just radio back everything he's doing. Why do we need like 50,000 federal agents doing that when the chip is doing everything and you don't need that shit anymore? You won't need several million IRS workers because they'll take that right off your chip. They know how much money you're making, how much Andrew's making on YouTube, how much he makes every time he gets a job. And they'll just take Andrew's tax money automatically off of his fucking chip. They'll know. Just like they're doing it with cars now. Like I said, they're doing that with cars. Because like I said, I just got my registration today. Put it on the windshield today. Now, if I don't get and everything's in the computer, so the registration's in the computer. Whether or not I got insurance is in the computer. The inspection sticker information is in the computer. Where the vehicle is registered and located is in the computer. And if I don't, let's say April 1st, let's say May comes, and I jerked off and I didn't get the truck inspected, the next thing you know, in about 10 to 15 days after the sticker runs out, March 31st, by April 15th, I'll get a letter in the mail. We know your truck is not inspected. If you do not get the truck inspected immediately, we will suspend your registration. So they know whether or not you're getting that truck inspected or not. I'm in the state where they also suspend your registration the minute you cancel your insurance. They know that. So if I was to cancel my insurance right now, in 15 days I get a letter saying, we know you either get insurance on the vehicle or turn the fucking plates back in. That's basically what they'll tell me. So they can track all of this shit with a vehicle. You don't think they can't do this to you in a digital wallet, in a digital panopticon? So when you get pulled over, the cop already knows how to handle you. For example, if I get pulled over and it says on my rap sheet that he's very hostile and violent with police, right? If I just happen to have that mark on my fucking if I have that on my driver's license because they know I own that vehicle and they pull me over, before that cop comes out and approaches me, he's gonna have two other backups show up because he's already gonna know that this guy is a nasty son of a bitch. He don't like law enforcement. They already fucking know that before they even walk up to your car. Because all of that fucking shit is digitally in the computer to your fucking registration, your fucking plate. They know what you're gonna do when a law enforcement pulls you over. So if they can do this, and the cop can randomly run your plate and say, "Okay, I'm pulling you over today, Justin, because I know your registration is expired because you didn't pay your car insurance. So come on, step out of the vehicle, and we're towing your car tonight, Justin. We're towing your car tonight." They can see all of that on the car registration. So what makes you think they can't do it to human beings next? What makes you think they can't do it to people fucking next? This is what people don't realize. So that's why they're getting rid of the IRS. That's why they're getting rid of the FBI. That's why they're getting rid of the fucking CIA. Because when they put you on this digital thing, guys, they don't need those. They don't need the FBI because your credit rating is. Your fucking criminal history is already on that fucking digital chip. So they don't need the FBI to investigate your ass because they already know what you did and what you didn't do. They don't need the IRS because they already know how much money you make a year, so they know how much money to take out. They know how much money to ding you in property tax because they know how many vehicles you own, how many houses you own, how many, all that shit will be on that chip. How many kids you got will be on that chip. Whether you're married or single will be on that chip. And the government will know you better than your mama knows you when that happens. I know I'm repeating myself, but I want this to sink in. This is not good. So there's going to be another demic, people, and that's when they're going to take your money away. They've already taken the penny away. And it will be just a matter of time before all the money that's in your wallet right now, all the silver, all the zinc money, I can't say silver money because it's not made out of silver anymore. All the zinc money, your dimes, your nickels, your quarters, your 50-cent pieces, your dollar pieces, and the folding money. When that all disappears and they put everybody on that digital panopticon, they're going to know you better. The U.S. government will know you better than your mother or your father ever knew you. And once that gets established, people, they're not going to need the IRS. They're not going to need the FBI because they're useless departments now. That's why they're getting rid of the IRS. The real fucking reason they're getting rid of the IRS. So all these people that owe money to the IRS, they're like, oh, I get a free pass now because the IRS is gone. No, stupid. In reality, the IRS will never be gone. It's just changing a format, in my opinion. So, anyways, I appreciate everybody listening to that rant tonight, but it was just shit that wasn't on my mind. I was bored. I was spouting off a little bit, and I thought I would share that shit with you because people don't realize, everything going digital nowadays is not good. And I'll be honest, every day, and I don't want people to get hurt in this. Don't get me wrong. I don't want people to get hurt in this. But every day I pray for an EMP to hit the world. Because if an EMP would just hit the world, that would get rid of my trolls. Good and final. The trolls can't claim that they won and get rid of emo off the internet. You see? Because me and the trolls would be knocked off the internet totally if an EMP came down. Sometimes I wish a fucking EMP would hit, but it would take care of my trolls. Good and final. I don't remember which movie it is, and I don't remember. I think it's in the movie Escape from LA. And plus, and the character in the movie Pliskin is gonna get this disc back, because if he doesn't get this little tiny micro disc back, there's a chance that if somebody puts it in the wrong device, they can push a button and cause an EMP to go off, and the whole fucking world goes dark. And Pliskin at the end of the movie is like, fuck the government, fuck the world, and he pushes the red button. And then in the movie, the movie zooms out and it shows a picture of the United States, and you can see all the lights in the United States, one by one and around the world, going off because he hit the fucking button. I'd like to be like Pliskin and be able to hit that button and go, click, no more trolls. I would love to hit that button. Oh, man, would I love to hit that button. I'd love to show you that little scene of the movie, but I'd probably get nailed for it if I do. So, anyways, I was just bored tonight. And like I said, nobody's fucking on YouTube. It's driving me fucking crazy. And nobody's around anymore. I originally started this as a fucking panel, but then I got bitching about everything else, so it's probably not going to be a panel now, but I'll probably run a panel tomorrow in the afternoon. And if I'm breaking up a little bit, that's because my asshole computer decided to do a fucking virus scan while I'm fucking live streaming. So it's lagging the fuck out of the computer right now. Just being honest. You gotta love those things when they fit. I didn't time it that way. It just decided to do that. Okay. But what I'm just saying is, look at the I want to put it this way: if they're getting rid of the FBI, there's a sinister reason behind it. If they're getting rid of the CIA, there's a sinister reason behind it. If they're getting rid of the IRS, there's a sinister reason behind that. So all these people that are running around saying, "Oh yeah, this is a good thing," yeah, I wonder about that. I'm just being honest. Just being honest. You think they're just going to eliminate the IRS for the fun of it? Yeah, here's the part I'm talking about. Sometimes I like to do this to my trolls. I would love to do this to my trolls. And the world, just so I don't have to deal with trolls again. All right, I don't want it that big. So Pliskin's got the button in his hand. And they're all saying, "No, don't let the EMP go off." And they're trying to kill him before he can let the EMP go off. And he disguised himself as a hologram in this part of the movie. He's a hologram. Now they're trying to figure out where the fuck he is. Now he takes the fucking thing and he hits the button. And when he hits the button, a fucking EMP goes through and wipes out all the digital computers around the world. Oh, I would love this to happen to my trolls. Oh, man, would I love that. Because then everybody wins. I win and the trolls win. Because all of us got forced off the internet at the same time. So now he's pushing the button. He's entering the code. And he pushes the button, and all the computer devices and all the electronics in the world go poof. I would love to meet Plixton just once. This is what I would love to do to Hum Along. It became Hum Along. Andrew, Richard Cheese, fucking the Drama Dome. I love to be the guy pushing this fucking button and just nuke everybody's fucking computer. I would love to do this. There he goes. He pushed the fucking button. And there goes the MP. There it goes. Fries the world, and poof! All the lights go out. All the computers go out. Everything is all gone. And now everybody's now back in the 1700s all over again with no computers, no fucking. I pray that I could. Oh, if I could just do that shit just once to my trolls. If I could only do that just once. when I have a good time. Ooh, I'd love to push that button, people. But I'm hoping that another third world country will come over and do it to us. Because see, if I say, oh, woe is me, whoa, woe is me, oh, the trolls got me, oh, YouTube isn't worth doing it anymore. I'm gonna rage quit YouTube. The troll and I leave. That's a win for the trolls. If I was to delete this channel right now and leave, that would be a win for the trolls. And the trolls ain't gonna delete their shit and leave. So the only way we get rid of everybody equally is if a nice, gorgeous, wonderful EMP comes true. I pray for that every day. I pray for that every day. I pray for that, Lord Jesus. I'm just send a nuke over China. Send it. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting. Whoa. Because that would get everyone. See, that's an even playing field. Okay? Think of it this way: me and Andrew are in the fucking boxing ring, right? If I storm out of the ring and I rage quit out of the ring, Andrew wins, right? If Andrew storms out of the way out of the boxing or wrestling ring, then I win. But if Earthquake was to come into that arena, and like the Los Angeles earthquake, let's say we're doing this in California, earthquake came in, and the fucking boxing ring collapsed, and now there is no more boxing ring, which means we can't fight each other now. We both win. It's a win for me, and it's a win for Andrew, to put it in another layman's term. So I'd love for an EMP. Come on, Putin. Send it over. Send it over. I'm waiting. Putin. Just send it on over. Yeehaw! Let's have some fun. Right, Mike? Think that would be big fun? I think it'd be big fun. Because you know what? Let's think about it. A lot of the people that troll me are young punks. Hebrew Operator is a young punk. Ted and Aviator is a young punk. So those two would be like, oh, we don't have our computers anymore. I don't know what to do. Because they grew up in a world where they had a cell phone their whole life. They grew up in a world where they had electronics their whole life. So those two idiots wouldn't know what to do. Now somebody like me and Andrew Brain, an EMP comes through. Andrew's in his 30s. He knows what life was a little bit before we had all of this electronic shit. He could probably hunt and fish and do all that shit and survive. I could probably hunt and fish and survive, but all the people in their 20s and younger who grew up with all their phones and shit, they wouldn't have a clue how to fucking survive if a fucking EMP came in, baby. They wouldn't have no fucking clue. How to survive. Now that the electronics are gone, they'd have no clue. But I thought I would throw that in there because that's how I really feel about the troll. So until the fucking EMP happens, we just fucking continue the way we are. Which brings me to my final point of tonight's show. In conclusion, I'm not going to make it a battle because I want to end this in a few minutes. In conclusion, they are telling me that I had a stress test recently. My heart is not beating at the right heart rate per minute. When your heartbeat is not at the right beats per minute or whatever the fuck it's supposed to be in the 60s, mine's in the 40s. People with irregular heartbeats, they put normally people who have a fucked up heart that can't run in the normal spectrum of 60 to 140, your pulse rate. Mine's in the 40s to 116, so mine is off. Most of the time when people like that, they put pacemakers in. So Obama made this movie called Leave the World Behind, where an EMP happens. One of the scenes in the movie is an EMP happens, and this grandmother all of a sudden has a heart attack. And the reason why she has a heart attack in the movie is because she has a pacemaker. And the pacemaker gets fried and in the movie leaves the world behind. So if the doctor comes to me when I have my follow-up because I failed the stress test, I know I fucking failed the stress test, and he says, Emo, you need a fucking pacemaker? With all the shit that's going on right now in the world, with us being on the verge of World War motherfucking 3, where some asshole could come over here at any minute and drop an EMP and fried electronics, do you think Emo's going to have a pacemaker in this day and age? Probably about 30 years ago I would have. But not with the shit that's going on now with the New World Order. There's no way I am letting them put a fucking pacemaker in me. It's not fucking happening. Because here comes the EMP, my fucking pacemaker stops working, and Emo's dead in 3 seconds after the fucking EMP comes over. Now, in reality, we got a better chance of being hit with a CME than an EMP. Now everybody's going to say, Emo, what is the difference? The difference is a CMP is a natural phenomenon. It's radiation that comes off the sun. So we get a solar spot big enough and powerful enough, that solar spot could send out a CME, which is coronal mass ejection. Okay? CME. Okay, I said CMB. I was a little bit off. But a CME is worse. We have a better chance of getting hit with a CME, which comes from the sun, than an EMP. But either way, they both do the same thing. They both fucking fry electricity. Fry fucking electronics. Okay? They both do the same fucking thing. So one is man-made and one is natural from the sun. But they both have the same effect. And you think Emo's gonna be dumb enough to have a goddamn pacemaker put in? When a nuke can come over this house any minute and kill me? Come on. I read. I mean, it would be a better way to go than radiation poison, and I give you that, because if a nuke came over and then I had to deal with the fallout, and then there was 7 or 8 days of pain and agony while I'm wasting away from the rad poisoning, and it's a slow, miserable death. Yeah, when it comes to that way, yeah, a pacemaker would be a good idea. But I don't trust it. There's too much weird shit going on in the world. I just don't feel comfortable depending my life on a piece of circuitry that could get fried at any minute. I just don't feel comfortable with that, people. I'm being honest. I don't feel comfortable with that. That just doesn't sit well with me. So that doctor says, "Oh, you got an irregular heartbeat, or your heartbeat is too low. We're gonna have to put a fucking pacemaker in you." I'm gonna be like, "Fuck no, not happening, not happening. I'm not doing that, people. I'm not doing it." So, but I was bored again on a Saturday night with nobody on. So I thought I would fucking come on and fucking stream a little bit. Now, some of this live stream might have been off the rails a little bit. I'm just speaking my mind. I'm just being honest. This is all in my opinion. Okay? Like I said, I mentioned some names tonight in a couple of fucking scenarios, so I don't want people to get butthurt because I use the Andrew and an analogy and a couple other people. So, like I said, but yeah, that digital panopticon is not going to be good because the government's going to know everything about you. And all I got to do is scan your. If they put this chip in your hand and they scan your hand, they're going to know everything about you. Could you imagine? Here's another thing where it can be a little bit embarrassing. Okay, they put all your information on this digital chip. They put it in your hand. They know how much taxes and all the shit to take out of you. They know your criminal history. They know your family, what you own, and all that other bullshit that I said earlier in the video. They know everything about you better than your mama knows you. So they say to you, so you decide, hang on, you decide all of a sudden that you want to go for a job interview. Right? You want to go for a job interview. Now here's another area where this shit could get scary now. So you decide to go to a job interview and you got this chip in your hand. So let's say you go apply for a job. And the employee, this is a Roku remote, by the way, but the employee comes, let's say your chip is there in your hand. So your employer comes over here like this. And they go beep. And let's say that's a bill, that's a business that handles money. And you got a criminal record and it goes beep, and the employee can say, oh, this guy wants to work in my this guy wants to work in my store, even though he's been convicted of shoplifting. Okay, he's got 2 counts of shoplifting. Oh, this guy's this guy's a deviant. He's done things that he shouldn't have. Oh, That's his social media. Okay, let me look at his YouTube now. So now your prospective employer is now looking at your social media. And he can see this just by scanning your fucking hand. And he says, he goes, sorry, Mr. Brain, I can't hire you. Because you got a criminal record for this, that, and the other thing. That's the other scary part about it. How are you going to get a job if an employer can scan that fucking chip? Potential employer scans that chip. You want to go work at Walmart, but yet you got shoplifting convictions on your fucking record. You think you're going to get a job at Walmart? Have you previously shoplifted at Walmart? Just saying, that chip is going to know you better than your mama. In my opinion. Now, showing this to you again. Emo is blind in his right eye. So, one of the things I have a hard time dealing with is, normal Roku remotes look like this, okay? Normal Roku remotes look like this, right? They're black. So with my bad eyes, if I sit this down somewhere on this desk in a dark area, I'm not going to be able to find that fucking remote. So yeah, I went to Walmart and I got this cover. I saw them for the Roku remote. So that's what that is. So anybody that's wondering, oh, why is his Roku remote pink? And it also glows in the dark too, by the way. So it helps me find the remote in the dark. And I can see it better. And they have many different Roku remotes. Like some Rokus have the earphone plug in it. See the little hole for the earphone plug? Some Roku remotes have that little sticker the little ribbon that sticks off the bottom of the remote, says Roku on it. It's a purple ribbon. If you have one of those Roku remotes that have the purple ribbon, there's a slot for the ribbon. And then across on the other side, it's got your volume and fucking power buttons. So yeah, I think I picked that up at Walmart for like $1.50. And just slips over your regular remote and makes it easier to find. So I like it. So but this remote doesn't have the earphone and it doesn't have the ribbon on it. But like I said, it's got the hole for the earphone and it's got the hole for the ribbon thing on the bottom. There's some Roku remotes that have it. The only thing I don't like, I absolutely like Roku TVs. Roku TVs are fucking brilliant, ladies and gentlemen. They're fucking awesome. I like using them as computer monitors, but the only thing I don't like, and I'm being honest, because you can, if you have a Roku box, you can do it, but you can't do it with the Roku TV. These 4 buttons down the bottom, that are for your special apps and shit. On a regular Roku box, you can set these 4 buttons to whatever you want. You can't do it on a Roku TV. The other thing I hate about this Roku remote is I'm using 2 Roku TVs as fucking monitors. So every time I fucking hit a button, it changes this one over here. There's no way to separate these 2 monitors. So I fucking hate that. If I want to, so that's the only downfall about using two TVs the same as a monitor. The remote is a pain in the fucking ass because when you want to turn one monitor, let's say Mike goes to bed and I want to turn one monitor off, they'll both shut off. It's just shit like this that loves to annoy me. Just being honest. And I'm just rambling a little bit because I'm trying to get it to the 2-hour mark and then we're going to shut it down. What I'm going to try to do is when I go live, I want to keep most of my live streams, including my panels, between 1 and 2 hours. Because I know I used to do, those long, boring fucking 8, 9, 10, 12, 11 hours. I just don't have that shit in me anymore. So I think I'm going to copy Monograph and Lady Di, because Monograph has a rule that he never likes going over 2 hours. If his live stream goes over 2 hours, he won't publish it because he believes that people won't watch a video that's longer than 2 hours. Another one that likes to cut it off at the 2-hour mark is Lady Di. Now, I'm not saying that to bash her in any way. I'm just saying she likes to come on, do her 2 hours, and leave. Not a problem. So I'm basically going to copy Lady Di and Monograph as when I go live, is I'm going to try to keep it to 2 hours. Like they do. Even though I explained to Monograph several times that his voice sounds the same on 2x versus 1, but he still thinks that people will not watch his videos if they go over 2 hours. And I'm just not in the mood to go. I'm just not in the mood to bring back the old days of streaming for 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 fucking hours a day. I'm not fucking doing it. If I was to clean up my act and get, hypothetically, which I'm not planning to, I'm letting everybody know 100% right now. I have no plans on monetizing another channel. But even if I was to get monetized again, this is a big if, was hypothetical, I'd still probably only do 2-hour live streams. Because back in the day, I used to stream all fucking day long because I figured, the longer I'm on YouTube, the more fucking money I make. And that was the mindset I had back then. And I will admit that back then in the 2020, I was a little bit of a panel hole. I was a little bit of a panel whore. And I think that also drove people insane and also drove the trolls to attack me more because I was always on around the clock. Pimping myself out for the YouTube dollar. So I'm going to break that precedent. I'm not doing these long 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-hour live streams anymore. I don't have it in me anymore. So, anyways, and like I said, I didn't block anybody. I mean, a mod might have, but I didn't block anybody. So, I appreciate Iowa audits coming in. True Blue is here. Let's see who else was here. We'll give everybody a shout out who I seen. Adam was in here. Black Jesus was in here. And Human Dog TV was in here. And Mr. Goo was in here. All right, so there's everybody's shout out. Thank you for tuning in. We're at the 2-hour mark. peace the motherfuck out. We'll see you on the next one. I'm going to probably age restrict this one because we did swear a little bit tonight. So I'll age restrict this one. Like I said, I'm not worried about cleaning up my act and becoming monetized on YouTube because right now I have no plans on doing it. I'm not going to censor every little word and, I'm just not going to fucking do it. I'm to the point where I'm not going to fucking, chow down and be a goody two-shoe emo to make money on YouTube. I'm just not going to do it. So, as of right now, there are absolutely no fucking plans to ever monetize the channel again. However, in the description, there'll be a link to my link tree. Go to my link tree, join my locals for $5 a month, become a member of the channel, and you can do that if you want. So far, I only have one member of the channel. That's it. We appreciate who they are. Well, not divulge who they are, but I do have one fucking $5 a month membership to the channel. So we want to thank that person. They know who they are. And with that, as always, stay safe, be well, take care of yourself and each other. You all have a happy Saturday. I hope you guys can find some entertainment on YouTube. And I hope you have a great fucking night.